All right, let me ask y'all something. Have you ever actually sat down and calculated how long your money needs to last you in retirement? Because most people haven't. And they just automatically assume, I got a pension, I got a 401k, I got a retirement plan, my job got me, I'll be fine. But there's a gap sitting right in the middle of that plan that nobody is even talking about. And that gap is the difference between you retiring comfortably or slowly running out of money. Welcome to Wealth Beyond the Badge TV, YouTube's #1 platform for breaking down real financial strategies for first responders. Wealth Beyond the Badge TV is the #1 platform dedicated to helping first responders, working class families, and business owners build real financial independence. We break down things like pensions, income protection, retirement strategies, and wealth building systems that most people were never taught. And if you don't know me by now, my name is Kyle Church. I'm a former police officer, and I did 10 years on the job, and I ain't learned none of this stuff. Now I help first responders, working families, build real financial systems. Our mission is very simple: help create over 1 million financially independent families. Because work should be a choice, not something you're forced back into later in life. So let's break this thing down simply so you understand it. See, the retirement gap is very simple. It's the difference between the income you'll need in retirement and the income you'll actually have. And see, most people never calculate it, or they never get around to it. They just hope it would work. But hope is not a real strategy. Now let's just say you retire at age 55 and you live until age 85. That's 30 years your money death has to perform. Now ask yourself, do you have a system designed to last you 30 years? Or are you just assuming that it will? Now here's where the gap starts to show up. #1 is income drop, which most pensions replace about 50 to 70% of your income. So right off the bat, you're taking a pay cut in retirement, and that's a hard pill to swallow. #2 is inflation. See, inflation is averaged around 3% long term, and that simply means your cost of living keeps rising and rising and rising, but your income doesn't keep up the same way. So over time, your money buys less. #3 is taxes. A lot of retirement income is taxable, so now you're making less paying taxes and dealing with rising costs, which is crazy work. #4 is longevity. When it comes to longevity, people are living longer, which sounds great until your money runs out before you do. That's the gap we're talking about, and most people don't feel it until they're already in retirement. And the biggest mistake I see is people assuming, I'll figure it out when that time comes. But retirement is not about trying to figure it out when that time comes. It's about executing what you already built. Because once your income stops, you lose the ability to recover the same way. That's why this gap is so dangerous. Because the truth is, it doesn't hit all at once. It creeps in, year by year, tightening your lifestyle. So you might be asking now, Kyle, what's the solution to this thing? And you don't rely on one source. You build a system and you run it. And so we call this system the GRIP strategy. And that stands for G. And G is for guarantees, which focuses on protecting your principal and avoiding market losses where it matters. R is for rate of returns, to help you get competitive, consistent growth, so that way your money is working for you. I is for index growth, which simply means you participate in market upside without taking full downside risk. P is for pension-like income, in which you focus on creating income streams you can't outlive. And the last P is for potential bonuses, meaning we show you how to leverage long-term strategies that reward you consistently. Now, instead of hoping your money lasts, you design income. Now, instead of reacting to the market, you have protection to build in it. Now, instead of guessing, you have complete structure. Now, let me shift your thinking real quick. Retirement is not about lump sum of money. It's about income, sustained income, predictable income, protected income. Because at the end of the day, you don't retire off balance, you retire off the system. So the real question is, where do you stand right now? Do you have a gap or a plan? That's why we built the GRIP scorecard. It's quick, it's free, and it's simple. It helps you identify your income gaps, your risk exposure, and what needs to be fixed with no pressure. Just pure clarity for you and your family. So do yourself a favor, take the scorecard and see where you really stand. Now let me leave y'all with this real quick. See, most people don't realize they have a retirement gap until they're already living in it. And by then, their options are limited. So you've got 2 options and 2 choices. Hope everything works out, or build a system that's designed to work. Because your future lifestyle depends on what you do right now. And the people who win in the retirement aren't the ones who guessed right. They're the ones who planned the right way. So do me a favor, like and share this video. Number 2, take the scorecard, get clarity for yourself. And number 3, start building your system and executing on it, because your future self will thank you for it. And remember, it's always a good time to get wealthy. Do great, be great, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.